Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy JD. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a great start to your week. In this episode, we have a prime example of how woke lunacy is affecting women and girls in sports. And people said, you know, Lady Ballers was a parody. Nah, but a girls' varsity basketball game was called off. It was put to a halt due to one team having to forfeit because 3 of the girls on that team, 3, were injured by an opposing player, and the opposing player, lo and behold, was a male identifying as a female. When you sit there and hear that, you think to yourself, this is what woke leftists, woke liberals are advocating for. This is what they don't like people speaking out against. Yeah, insanity. Now, before I carry on with this one and get into it, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this article, man. A girls' high school basketball team forfeits after trans player injures 3 players in Massachusetts. A Massachusetts charter school ended a girls' varsity basketball game at halftime on February 8th after multiple players were injured by a trans-identified male on the opposing team. The coach of the collegiate charter school of Lowell girls basketball team made the decision to end the game against Kip Academy after watching a 3rd player injured in the game, a press release from the school states. The bench was already depleted going into the game, with the 12-player roster having 4 players unable to play. When the coach saw 3 more girls go down in the first half, leaving him with 5 players, he made the call to end the game early. The school wrote in the press release that the charter school playoffs were approaching and he needed a healthy and robust bench in 4 days. Once the 3rd was injured, the remaining 5 expressed concern to him about continuing to play. The players feared getting injured and not being able to compete in the playoffs. So again, you know, we have 3 girls getting injured, the match is called off, all because of a player who shouldn't even be competing in the match. Look, we can sit here all day and talk about how unfair it is. We all know it's unfair. We could talk about it's a dangerous disadvantage the girls didn't sign up to. We could talk about how the people in charge of all of this are at fault for it, you know, the ones who allow males to compete in women's sports in the very first place, etc., etc. But the point I want to make, and for the life of me, I just don't understand how parents, adults, sit there and do nothing. I don't understand how they allow it to happen. For example, if my future daughter was competing in an event and I see there's a male identifying as a female on the other team, there is no way I'm not saying anything, especially if I see girls getting injured. Girl after girl after girl got injured in this match and no adult, no parent spoke up. The girls expressed their concern. Especially fathers, you know, they have a duty to stand up and protect their daughters. I don't get this. To not say anything and stand up for these girls whenever this happens is a massive injustice to them, and in my opinion, it's straight cowardice. But also, the girls who are competing in these matches, in these events, they need to take a stand as well. They need to refuse to compete, because if they don't, then these situations will just continue to happen. They shouldn't have to do it, but I think that's something they also have to do, because if the parents aren't going to say anything, if the adults aren't going to say anything, if the people involved in the match aren't going to say anything, then the girls need to stand up for themselves. You know, they need to say, we're not going to do this, we're not going to compete, enough is enough. The school wrote that it supports this decision and reiterates its values of both inclusivity and safety for all students. We take the standards set by the MIAA and our Board of Trustees seriously and strive to uphold them on and off the court. We also follow the guidance from the MIAA and state laws regarding equity and access for all student athletes. One video of the game showed the biological male player standing taller than the female players, ripping the ball out of a female collegiate charter school of Lowell player's hands. She was seen clutching her back while she laid on the ground grimacing in pain as team members surrounded her. Riley Gaines goes on to post on X, trans-identified male player from Kip Academy in MA injured 3 girls before halftime, causing Lowell collegiate charter school to forfeit. A man hitting a woman used to be called domestic abuse, now it's called brave. Who watches this and actually thinks this is compassionate, kind, and inclusive? Well, the people who seem to think 2 + 2 = 5, and if tomorrow they were told the sky was red, they would call you a bigot for saying, no, it's blue. The delusional woke activists. It just tells you all you need to know about these people. They sit there and they say, and I repeat this so often because it's all you have to say to point out the hypocrisy with these people. They sit there and they say, oh yes, I stand up for women. Women need to be safe, etc., etc. Yet as soon as a male identifies as a female, well then it's okay. They can do whatever. But here is a short clip of this very tall player grabbing the ball and in the process throwing a girl to the ground. Take a watch. yeah, so just more proof that this shouldn't be going on, not that we needed any more proof anyway. The whole idea of it is just completely backwards, goes against truth, reality, common sense, and the crazy part is nothing is going to happen from this. This male will still be allowed to compete against other girls because the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athlete Association states in its handbook that if a school offers a single team in a particular sport, it may not restrict eligibility based on gender unless such a restriction is necessary to ensure that the school's gender designation of athletic opportunities complies with Title IX. A student shall not be excluded from participation on a gender-specific sports team that is consistent with the student's bona fide gender identity, the handbook adds. So essentially, all a male has to do is say, I'm a woman now, I'm a female, and that's it. It clearly makes them one, because you won't be allowed to question it. So everybody then has to go along with it. An individual must be reaffirmed at the expense of everybody else involved. In this case, 3 girls got injured because everybody has to reaffirm how somebody feels. The individual truth is the truth. What an insane, insane time we're living in. And let's just be real about this. This will go on and on and on. It's only February. We've still got the whole year to go. And anybody, who pushes for this agenda, males competing in women's sports, stands there, claps, wow, this is should be ashamed of themselves. They really should. But leave your thoughts down below on this one, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts on this male basketball player injuring 3 girls? I'd like to know. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video. But until next time, until tomorrow, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.